Kia ora, welcome. My name is Caroline. Today I'd like to share with you a practice that helps us to get in touch with our felt sense. The initial exercise that we'll be doing comes from the work of Peter Levine. His book, Healing Trauma, is full of all sorts of exercises to help us to from a body perspective to kind of get in touch with and heal our traumas. One of the things he speaks about a lot is this idea of felt sense, and the felt sense being a physical experience, not a mental one. It's about what we're feeling inside of ourselves. Neuroscience research has shown us that our sense of self is very much tied to our body sensation, to our ability to know and decipher what's happening in our internal landscape. Oftentimes we kind of distance ourselves from that world as a protection, as a way of coping. And this practice today is just about getting back in touch with and sort of gently finding our way into that internal world to understand our felt sense a little bit more. So we'll begin in a comfortable seat. Just find yourself a comfortable way to sit up. That could be on the floor as I am, with props under you, against a wall, in a couch or a chair, wherever you feel most comfortable. And as you settle in there, just taking the time to really arrive here, to kind of make this commitment to yourself that you'll spend this time with yourself. So arriving with all of your senses, using your sense of sight to look around and take in your space, using your ears, your sense of touch, noticing the ground underneath you, the texture, the temperature of the space that you're in. So arriving as fully as you can into this moment. With your eyes, you might just let them softly focus down in front of you. If it feels safe, you can close your eyes, but you don't have to. Just asking yourself the question, how am I? How am I right now? And give yourself some time there just to let the response kind of arise. And see if you can let that response come from your body. We're very trained to respond from our minds. So when someone asks us how we are, we almost immediately respond, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm not okay. But let that response come from your body. How am I right now? So we're just trying to be still until maybe all the static starts to clear. Going below the noise that might arise as you get quiet. To find that body sensation that wants your attention. It might feel a bit vague, it might feel a bit murky. Just give it another moment or two. How am I right now? What is my body telling me? If something has come up for you, see if you can describe it to yourself. Describe what that sensation is. In this book, Healing Trauma, Peter Levine gives us a whole list of words that might be useful here to help you to describe your bodily sensations. And I'll just kind of give you some examples from here. Although your experience may be different from these, this is just giving you some ideas. Dense, heavy, fluid, spacey, tight, achy, knotted, disconnected, thick, expanded, numb, trembly, hot, buzzy, hollow, flowing, nervous, floating, wooden, congested, bubbly, calm, energized, cold, streaming. So we're noticing what that sensation is that's wanting your attention, describing it to ourselves, and greeting it. Noticing it, greeting it, letting it know that you see it. Getting more descriptive if you can. Does it stay the same? Does it shift? Does it change? Keeping it, if you can, about your body. If it's an emotion that you're experiencing, where do you feel that in your body? How do you know you're angry? How do you know you're overwhelmed? How do you know you're stressed? What is the body sensation that's there? And then the next step here would be to ask, what does this felt sense need? What does it need? And as you did at the start, pausing and listening for an answer. Again, an answer that comes from your body, not your mind. And if an answer comes up for you, it may not. Don't worry about that. If it does, notice if there's been a shift for you. Something you can feel, almost like a weight lifting maybe, or a sense of tension releasing. Maybe you took a deeper breath. And then we just received that experience, grateful that our body spoke to us. You don't necessarily have to believe, agree with, or kind of do what your felt sense has asked. Just receive it. Acknowledge it. Really wanting this to be a friendly interaction with your body. Taking the time to stop, to notice what's happening inside, what the sensations are, maybe what messages those sensations are giving us. And then just letting that experience be. Not overanalyzing it, not getting in too deeply. Good. We're going to just shift now to our breath. And see if we can notice the breath again from this body-based perspective. So as you breathe in, notice the breath come in and the way that it affects your physiology. What do you notice when you breathe in? Is there lifting? Is there expansion? Is there a feeling of being stuck? Does the breath flow? Does it stop somewhere? Is it even? Is it scattered? Is it jagged? Using the experience of breathing in that same way, looking for the felt sensation of your breath. Good. Just one more breath here, aware of the way your inhalation affects you, the way your exhalation affects you. Just taking this time to notice our internal landscape, helping to give us this sense of being in the present moment. Let's begin to gently move from here, holding on to our legs. We're going to inhale and lift up, pulling the shoulders gently back to broaden across the chest. Exhale, allow the shoulders to come forward and the chin to drop. So gently beginning to move the spine. If you can, in sync with your breath, linking up and connecting to your rhythm, your speed, your internal rhythm, making that connection into yourself by following the movement of your breath. Good. Just going to sit up tall from there. And if you have been sitting cross-legged and you want to change the crossing of your legs, you could always put the other leg in front and just notice if that creates a different sensation for you. Let's go ahead and put the right hand onto the ground just behind us and cross the left hand over onto our opposite leg. Grounding into the earth, and then inhale to lift tall from that sense of being supported. We could lift our spine. Exhale to twist, kind of wringing out tension and tightness from the spine. Full breath in and a full breath out. And just as we untwist, we'll cross the arms in front, holding onto the opposite knees or thighs, wherever you can grab hold, making this X with your arms in front of your body. Allow the back to round as you sort of sink back, stretching into your back, your shoulders, your neck, dropping the chin towards the chest. As you come up from there, we'll release the hands from the legs. Your elbows are crossed. You're going to twist your forearms around. If that's not possible, then just give yourself a hug, holding onto your shoulders or your upper arms. We're going to lift the elbows up a little bit from here, having a breath in and out. One more moment here. Breathing in, allowing the breath to come in and create a little bit of space in the body. Exhale that out. Good. Untwisting the arms, shoulders release back and down, just giving your shoulders a couple of circles here, and then we'll twist to the other side, left hand behind you, and the right hand crosses over, sitting up nice and tall, and exhale to twist. Pausing here in your twist, wringing out again that tightness, that tension that can get locked up in your spine. And as you untwist, again, we'll cross the arms, other arm on top, holding onto your knees and allowing your back to round here, your chin to drop in, creating perhaps some sensation in your back body. Notice what you feel. Describe it to yourself. Good. As you pull up from there, let your hands release from your legs, twisting your forearms around to bring your hands together, or giving yourself a hug here. Elbows lift up, inhale. Stay for the exhale. Just notice what you feel. Where is there sensation? What is that sensation? If there's pain, please move away from any pain. One more breath here. When you're uncomfortable, describe that to yourself. Is it okay to be uncomfortable? Let your body make those decisions. Good. We'll release the arms down from there. Circle the shoulders, this time in the other direction. A few circles there, letting go of any clenching or gripping in the muscles of the shoulders and the neck. Good. Then we'll come off of our seat and take ourselves around onto our hands and our knees. Good. Bringing the hands or the elbows underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. We're simply going to lift gently through the tailbone and drop through the belly. And at the same time, we can start to lift our chest up, creating a little bit of a back bend here. Notice what you feel in your body. Pushing the floor away as you round your spine into this cat position, looking back towards your own knees, noticing how that feels. One more time, lifting the tailbone up and allowing the belly to drop, then the chest lifts up. Inhale, pushing the floor away as you exhale and round your spine. Good. Coming back to center, back to a more neutral position there. We're going to slide the hands back to the knees, lifting up onto our knees, keeping our left hand onto our left side waist, reaching the right arm up. Inhale. Gently leaning over to your left as you exhale. Notice where you feel sensation here. And if there is no sensation, notice that as well. It's still noticing this moment-to-moment awareness of your internal world, what's happening for you. Coming up from there, right hand to right waist, left arm lifts up. Inhale. Leaning it over. Exhale. Is there a stretch somewhere? Where is that? What does it feel like? Does it move? Does it stay put? Does it go up and down or side to side? Inhale, back up from there, releasing the arms down. Let's step our right foot out in front of us. Reaching the arms up and overhead. Shoulders will soften a bit, which might mean you have to bend your elbows, and that's fine. Gently lunging forward into that right leg. At the same time, we're going to take the belly muscles and just gently draw them back, connecting at our center, bringing this connection into the core of our body so that we can remain tall and lifted through our torso. One more breath. Good. We'll release from there, straightening a bit through that front leg. Hands will come onto our waist. Drawing the shoulders back from here, gently lifting up through the chest and starting to lean forward. Now we don't have to go far to feel a stretch in the back of that straight leg. If you feel something here, stay right here. If you don't, you might need to lean a little bit further forward. Maybe your hands come to rest on that leg or your fingertips come onto the ground, and you can certainly have a bend in that knee. One more moment here, one more breath here. Good. We'll come up from there, sliding that foot back, knees next to each other. Inhale, circle both arms around, reaching up. Exhale, bringing the hands down in front of your chest. Let your thumbs rest against your chest. Taking the next breath and lifting your thumbs. Exhale, release the arms down. Step your left foot forward. Arms come back up. Inhale here. Soften the shoulders, soften the gaze as you exhale and lunge gently forward, remembering that connection at our center. So while you're grounded through your lower body, there's this connection here at our middle that helps us to feel lifted in our upper body. Standing tall, strong in ourselves. Good. We're going to release the arms down, hands to waist, gently straightening or lengthening through that front leg. Inhale, shoulders draw back, chest lifts. Exhale to lean it forward a bit. And that could be that your chin drops in towards your chest and you can sense there's a stretch in your back body somewhere. Or maybe you need to lean a little bit further forward. Up to you where you land here. It doesn't matter what it looks like. One more breath. Good. We're going to slide that front foot back. Arms both circle around. Inhale. This time as you exhale, pull the hands down. You're going to separate the knees a little bit wider, sitting back, hips towards heels, hands to the floor, sliding your arms out, letting your head come down to rest in child's pose. Noticing how it feels to be in this shape, to be supported here by the ground underneath you. Noticing the sensation of hands, knees, feet against the ground, the connection to the earth. Notice the way the breath comes in and interacts with this shape. How does it feel to breathe from this position? One more moment here. Good. We're going to inhale and lift up from there, coming into our tabletop, but sliding the hands forward, dropping down through the hips and slowly lowering down onto our bellies. Hands come back alongside your body, elbows gently tuck in. Chin tucks in towards your chest. Grounded through your feet, nice and strong through those muscles of your center again, which will help to lift you here into your cobra pose. Breathing in to come up, breathing out to release. 2 more times. Lifting, noticing how that back bend feels as you move through it, moving to your own pace, to your own ability today. Remaining present in your body. Inhale to come all the way back up into your table. Exhale, sit it back towards your child's pose. This time we're going to take the fingertips to the floor and gently walk the hands forward, bringing a little bit more length into our spine, into our side body. Releasing from there, the palms to the floor. The head comes down. If it's not on the ground, maybe you take your hands back, giving your head a surface to rest on. 2 full breaths more here. And 1 more breath here. Good. Coming up from there into your tabletop, we're going to come back into a seat. This time bringing our legs out in front of us, extending forward through your feet. Good. Bringing the hands gently to the ground behind you, pushing down into the earth to be able to then rebound up, lifting tall through your spine, shoulders drop back, chin drops down. Inhale, lift the chin up, reach the arms up. Exhale, drop the hands forward. Maybe they land on your thighs. Maybe they land on your knees, your shins, your ankles. It doesn't matter. Coming forward to where your body says to stop, to where you can sense you've reached a boundary. We're not looking to push our body beyond those edges. Noticing what you feel, where there's pain, backing up, where you're uncomfortable. What is that discomfort? Ask yourself, can I be uncomfortable here? Is it okay to be uncomfortable? For 2 more breaths. If your body says no, then you can move out of that shape. 1 more breath. Good. We'll gently roll ourselves up from there. We're going to bend both the knees, bringing the knees up and in towards the chest, taking the arms and wrapping them around the shins. Maybe you're holding your opposite leg or your opposite arm. Inhale, pulling your chest and your thighs in towards each other as you lift up tall here. Exhale, let your chin drop in towards your chest, allowing a bit of rounding in the upper back, a bit of a stretch in your neck. Hugging in here, 1 more moment, 1 more breath. Good. Then allowing the eyes, the gaze to lift up. Releasing the hands from the legs and coming back into your comfortable seat. Coming back to the way that we began this practice. Asking yourself, how am I? How am I right now? And again, pausing. Let the response come from your body. Of being still until any static or noise that's there starts to clear. And maybe you can dip down beneath that sound, beneath that noise, to find the body sensation that's looking for your attention now. Is it the same? Is it different from the start? Describing it to yourself, remembering all of those words from the beginning. How would you describe the sensation? Greeting it, hello, whatever it is, I see you, I know you're here. What does this felt sense need? Asking it and listening again for that answer that comes from the body. If If an answer does come up, notice what you sense, what you feel. Is there a shift of some kind? Is there a softening? Is there a loosening? Is there a lifting? Perhaps bringing the hands together in front of the chest or taking hold of your opposite arm. Let your chin drop in towards your chest. Grateful for the time that you've spent with your body, listening to the voice of your body, allowing that information to become part of your experience, helping you to be present, to reconnect into yourself. Tell your body, thank you. And when you're ready, allowing yourself to move from this internal experience back into the space that you're in. So your senses come on board. You might notice the floor, the temperature, any sounds. Using your eyes, you might notice again the space that you're in. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Take care.